On to number 8. Number 8. 8 is great.
Ocho.
Braelon Allen. Oh yeah. Now we're talking young. Now you're talking
Yeah.
young. This guy's like almost a different generation than Ray Davis. That's that much of a difference. Like 6'1", 235 pounds. So again, now you're talking true running back size. He's 20 years old, guys, and he just turned 20 in January. So it's not like he's like going to be like, 21 tomorrow, which still put him at a 3-year difference between him and Ray Davis. This guy is going to be underage to drink the entire season. Like he'll get out of his rookie deal at 24 years old. That's pretty crazy. Last year for Wisconsin, he had 11 games, 181 rushes for 984 yards to the 5.4 yard per carry average, 12 touchdowns, 28 receptions, 132 yards. That's a 74.0 PFF grade there. Prior year, 12 games, 230 rushes, 1,242 yards, 5.4 yard per carry average still, 11 touchdowns, 13 receptions for 104 yards. So here's what we're looking at with this guy. This guy is, let's say you have a true speedy guy, like an A-chain kind of guy. And I'm not suggesting the Dolphins per se. I'm just saying that kind of guy. Like he's really good at the fast stuff. He's good as a third down receiver. He's good as, a guy who's just really quicker than everybody else in the field kind of guy. And you want somebody to be a basher. So you can get a little thunder and lightning that we used to have back in the day with Bradshaw and Jacobs. This is your Jacobs. The guy is got great power. He's great at short yardage. He breaks through tackles very well, and he's also great at pass protection. But on the bads, he's got a bad stop and start. In other words, like if you want him to stop, wait a second for the hole to open up and then start to go through. He's not quick to stop and start like that. He's going to pause for a second, which makes that hole close up that much quicker.
He's like a Mack truck.
Yeah.
Slow to accelerate, slow to stop.
Yeah, and he's got no lateral speed. Like if you want him to go east and west, you're going to be in trouble. This is a in between the tackles, right up the middle, run up the gut kind of guy at that point. And there's still a place in the NFL for that. I know some people don't like that necessarily, and that's part of why I have him a little bit lower is because he does have limitations. He can't do the outside stuff. You saw as far as the receptions there. He's got 100 and change yards in receiving. Got half of what everybody else is going to have on this list, basically. He's not a good receiving guy. But what he does do is he's going to bash down the middle. He's going to wear out the defensive line and the linebackers at that point. The end of the game, when you're trying to seal it up, this is the guy. When you're in that 1 yard line and you need a guy for a touchdown run, there's your guy. When you're on that 4th and 1 and you don't want to do a tush push, there's your guy. He's going to have a place in this league, and he's going to have a place in this league for probably quite a while, barring any kind of injuries because of his age. This is a guy that
he's probably going to be like a young Eddie Lacy, like
a young, thinner Eddie Lacy.
Yeah,
like he's half the man Eddie Lacy is.
Was yeah.
Who knows how big Eddie Lacy is now? He's been out of the league for so long. He's been out of the league for so long. He's probably like at this point. He's probably like on one of those a TLC, my TLC show about save my 600-pound ass.
Yeah, I used to be fit.
I used to play for the Packers. Now I'm doing is packing food down my throat.
Yeah,
but it's like this is a guy that, like I said, I think that especially the way defenses are set up now, you get smaller defensive tackles, smaller linebackers. This is an old school smash mouth, up the gut, gonna beat the crap out of you all throughout the game kind of running back. I love it. I really do. And I'm not suggesting, again, I'm not pretty much there's nobody here pretty much that I'm suggesting is going to be the next, I'm trying to think who Christian McCaffrey or Adrian Peterson or any of the greats, Derrick Henry, any of the greats of this, last 10, 15 years. None of these guys are that level. Let's be very frank. There's not a single player out here that I'm going, this is that guy. He's unstoppable. He's a high touted of a prospect. There's one guy I would have put in that category if it wasn't for a major injury, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. You know what? This guy too. Like, I don't. Did you hear about the new tackling rule that might be
Yes,
coming
the
into
hip
play?
tackle.
Yeah,
You can't. That broke today. You can't do any more hip tackles.
which is a little crazy to me. But
And
like,
it's going to help running back. No, honestly, I
I
get
was,
it and I don't get it. Like
I
they're
get
trying to
it.
stop injuries. You're trying to
Yeah,
stop injuries, and I get that part of it.
but how are you supposed to tackle people now? But a guy like this,
Ask them nicely to stop.
yeah. Hey, I got a whistle. Wait, stop.
Where's your flag? How am I supposed to catch your flag if you don't stick that up?
But
I
not
mean,
to tackle a guy like this is grab
oh,
by
yeah,
the
and that's what I'm
back.
saying. This guy, I'm telling you, this guy is set up for the modern NFL because he does what teams are not meant to stop anymore. They're not trained to stop these big, tough guys that run down the gut. I really think that this is the guy that you're going to see, like I said, excel because of the fact, again, he does differently than, what the modern NFL does. He's massive compared to some of the guys out there. And he's only
Yeah,
235. That's, 15 years ago, he'd be a regular running back. He's not 260 like I think it was 265. Is that what Jacobs was at when he
yeah, but
played?
260, 265 in that
Yeah, like
ballpark.
he's not that big, but he
But he
plays
also,
bigger than he is.
and he's also 20, so he's got time, and he's still
Yeah.
got room to put more weight on that frame. Just not like, hopefully not like Eddie Lacy.
Yeah, again, this would be a guy that if we got him later, and I think he's going to be a 4th-round pick. I really do.
Probably early
And
fourth.
I only put him higher than Ray Davis, who I think is going to be a 3rd-rounder, because of the fact that I think he's more of a safer bet. Ray Davis has that high ceiling, low floor kind of situation to me, whereas Braelon Allen, I feel like it's mid on both. Like he's a safe pick. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it's going to be.
I think that when the day's over, well, when the years are over, Allen might have a lot more stats to show than Davis just because he was in the league that much longer.
Yeah, probably. You'll probably say that Ray Davis has a better year, but Allen has the better career.
Correct.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.